Welcome to Rise Beyond Now, your source of daily motivation, faith, and strength to rise above challenges and live with purpose. Today, I want to share with you something deeply personal, something I wish I had known years ago. It's the secret to stress-free living that nobody ever told me. If you've ever felt overwhelmed, anxious, or weighed down by the pressures of daily life, you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not powerless. There is a path to peace, and together, we're going to walk it today. Let me take you back to a time when stress ruled my life. I remember waking up each morning with a tightness in my chest, my mind already racing with to-do lists, worries about the future, and doubts about whether I was enough. I thought stress was just part of being an adult, something you had to accept and endure. I believed that if I could just work harder, plan better, or be more organized, I'd eventually outrun the anxiety. But no matter how hard I tried, the tension remained. It wasn't until I hit a breaking point that I realized something had to change. I was exhausted, emotionally drained, and losing touch with the things that mattered most: my relationships, my health, my faith, and my sense of purpose. In that quiet moment of honesty, I asked myself, is this really the life I'm meant to live? That question sparked a journey, and along the way I discovered simple but powerful secrets to living stress-free. And now, I want to share them with you. The first secret is this: stress is not just about what's happening around you, it's about how you respond to it. Life will always have challenges, but you have the power to choose your perspective. It starts with a mindset shift. Instead of seeing stress as an enemy, see it as a messenger. It's your body and mind's way of telling you that something needs your attention. When you listen, instead of resisting, you open the door to healing. One of the most transformative habits I adopted was learning to pause. In a world that glorifies busyness, we forget the simple power of stillness. Every morning, before the noise of the day begins, I take 5 minutes to sit quietly. No phone, no agenda, just breathing. I focus on the present moment, letting go of regrets about yesterday and worries about tomorrow. In that space, I find peace that carries me through the day. Another practical tip is to simplify your commitments. For so long, I believed that saying yes to everything made me valuable. But the truth is, saying no is an act of self-care. It's okay to prioritize your well-being. Make a list of all your current obligations and ask yourself, which of these truly align with my values and bring me joy? Let go of the rest. When you create space in your schedule, you create space in your heart. Gratitude is another powerful antidote to stress. Each evening, I write down 3 things I'm grateful for, no matter how small. It might be a conversation with a friend, a beautiful sunset, or a moment of laughter. Focusing on gratitude shifts your attention from what's missing to what's abundant. It reminds you that even in the midst of challenges, there is always something good. Faith has also been a cornerstone in my journey. When I feel overwhelmed, I remind myself that I am not alone. There is a greater plan at work, and I am supported by a love that's bigger than my fears. Whether you draw strength from prayer, meditation, or simply trusting in something greater than yourself, lean into that source of hope. Surrender the things you cannot control, and let faith carry you through. Physical self-care is just as important. Our bodies and minds are deeply connected. Regular movement, whether it's a walk in the park, yoga, or dancing in your living room, releases tension and boosts your mood. Make time for nourishing meals, restful sleep, and plenty of water. Treat your body with the kindness it deserves, and you'll find your mind begins to relax as well. Another secret I learned is the power of boundaries. Protect your peace by setting limits with people, technology, and even your own thoughts. Unplug from social media when you start comparing yourself to others. Take breaks from the news when it becomes overwhelming. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, and let go of those who drain your energy. Let's talk about joy. When was the last time you did something just because it made you happy? Stress thrives when we neglect our passions. Schedule regular joy breaks. Moments where you read, paint, garden, or simply listen to your favorite music. Joy is not a luxury. It's a necessity for a balanced life. One of the most freeing mindset shifts is learning to accept imperfection. I used to believe I had to have it all together, that mistakes were failures and setbacks meant I wasn't good enough. But life is beautifully messy, and growth often comes through our struggles. Give yourself permission to be human. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Community is another key ingredient to stress-free living. We are not meant to carry our burdens alone. Reach out to friends, family, or support groups when you need encouragement. Sometimes, simply sharing your feelings lightens the load. And remember, asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Finally, practice forgiveness, both for others and for yourself. Holding on to resentment or guilt keeps us trapped in the past. Forgiveness is not about condoning hurtful actions. It's about freeing yourself from the weight of anger and regret. Choose compassion, and you'll find peace follows. As you begin to weave these habits into your life, you'll notice something amazing. Stress loses its grip. You become more resilient, more joyful, and more connected to your purpose. The secret to stress-free living isn't about eliminating every challenge. It's about changing how you show up in the face of them. It's about choosing peace, moment by moment, and trusting that you have everything you need to rise above. At Rise Beyond. Now, we believe every moment is a chance to grow stronger, think higher, and move closer to the life you're meant to live. If you're feeling overwhelmed today, take a deep breath. You are not alone. You are capable of more than you know. Start small. One mindful breath, one grateful thought, one act of self-care. With each step, you'll find yourself moving closer to a life of peace, purpose, and joy. Remember, you have the power to rise stronger, live higher, and go beyond now. Your journey to stress-free living begins with a single choice: to believe that a different way is possible, and I promise you it is. Thank you for joining me today. If this message touched your heart, share it with someone who needs encouragement. Together, we can create a community of hope, resilience, and inspiration. Until next time, keep rising, keep believing, and remember, the secret to stress-free living is within your reach.